What up, people? Welcome back to the Dugout Podcast. We're here with your boy Ryan Leaf. I'm here with Henzo.
Back again. Popular demand. I need to stop stealing Troops' line, bro.
You know what? I need to actually just tag Troops in this and be like, yo, Troops, also using your lines here, boy. And let's see if you respond.
Yo, there's gonna be beef, bro.
Nah, they won't be. I think you'll be like, man, them in Africa be using me lines, fam.
Man, them in Africa. Yeah, I like that one. But he'll choose, I'm also African, I'm Jamaican. He'll come with the waves, bro. But yeah, what's up?
Laka, my boy. Laka, I'm good, man. G. I'm good. Hope everything is Laka with you. Hope you're taking it easy.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the podcast is coming out soon.
Yeah, I've been actually working on it this weekend. I told you about this, so it's dropping on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Wednesday.
Ooh.
A new podcast.
That's
gonna be interesting, bro. New adventure.
I'm keen to check it out. It's dropping on Wednesday, you say. What time?
Yeah, 10 a.m. Wednesday, GMT +2.
Hey,
time zone.
I'll tell Troops. Let's see what he thinks.
Yo, yeah.
I thought if Troops is like one of my biggest friends. Meantime,
yeah, but he's very reachable. I see he's got the Twitter fingers, bro. Yeah.
What up with the beanie, bro?
Hey, you know, the hair isn't looking presentable, bro. So I'm covering up as much as I can.
Look at this.
Covering up. Yeah, wow.
I'm looking untidy.
Bro, we're looking like O's that, you know, when Christopher Columbus went to take over America. We're looking like we some stupid O's that he just found there. Yeah, just like, O's are looking rough. Like we live in caves.
Now let's get into it. I don't know if you saw last week, but there were intense rumors about 3 players coming to Liverpool. I think the rumors have been going crazy. I think last weekend was the latest rumor where we saw Adama Traore being linked to Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's the newest person that we've seen being linked. I think we've heard about the Kai Havertz rumors and the Timo Werner rumor for the longest time. Now, out of those 3 players, like, which is the most likely one to happen? What do you think?
I think the most likely one to happen, and I don't know why I think this, but for some reason I feel it's Timo Werner, just because of the longevity of the rumors that we've been seeing from him, and also everything he's been saying, like in his press conferences, and also like these little bits of information we've got like from his team. His team came out and said something at when this pandemic just started, when obviously all football was cancelled. His team came out and they said they like, you know, like when they say something but they don't say it enough. Like when they were talking about his loyalty towards RB Leipzig. So they were just like, they gave us the generic, yeah, he'll play out his contract, but in football you never know what will happen. So yeah, that was interesting because usually if someone wants to stay at a club, they commit themselves and they give their loyalty, like, oh, I'm RB Leipzig through and through. No one will move me, bro. Like, you know, they come with that vibe. And then it's like, he never really said that, and neither did his team. So it's interesting, and they're considering all options. They said they'll consider what's best for his career. So yeah, that was interesting to me.
There's actually been some real talk about Timo Werner obviously being part of Liverpool's squad. And I think it's very real talk because Liverpool for the longest time haven't had backup for the front 3. I think if one of them are injured, if I'm being honest, Divock Origi and Xherdan Shaqiri aren't good enough backup. Like they aren't like for like replacements, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So essentially,
they're very different players.
So which of those 3 rumors makes sense? Because obviously Kai Havertz is that goal-scoring midfielder. Obviously Timo Werner is the striker, and Adama Traore is that crazy raw-pace winger vibe.
Yeah. it's interesting because, like, obviously when you look at Timo Werner, Liverpool haven't had. I think the last striker we had was Suarez. Like the last proper striker in our team was Suarez. And when you look at that, I can see why they would want to bring in someone like Timo, because people are talking about moving Roberto into the midfield because of his work rate and because he has the keen eye to pick a player out instead of being selfish and shooting or whatever. But then if you look at the other dynamic in getting Kai Havertz in, I feel like it'll give our mid, because the thing our midfield lacks right now is that they're all workhorses. And there's no one that can pick defenses apart. Like, and we need that when we play teams like Hull or flipping Huddersfield, like, you know, those really annoying small teams that like park 9 players back and they just have the one striker or the 2 players up front and they just scoop the ball. So it's good to have that like technical player in the midfield. And then when you look at Adama is interesting because he can play wing back too. Not that I would want to waste him there, but it gives you more options. Like in terms of playing him, and you never know what injuries will happen because we all know Gomez is injury prone, and I don't know about Klein's career at Liverpool. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with him, and then that would only leave us with Trent. So that's a nice option to have, and he can obviously injure defenses like that pace, that power, the skill. Like, to me, when you put these 3 players down, he's the most appealing. Like, I look at Adama and I'm like, wow, like what defense is gonna stop this dude? Like, who will stop Adama? Because I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen anyone stop him. People say when we played them, yeah, but I was still scared. Like when we beat them and we played them, I was still like, whoa, because Robertson was done. He was done. He was done every single time. So yeah, I feel like Adama is the best option.
Klopp actually has a history of going for players that have actually, how can I put it, that have just bossed his team. I think we've seen in the past with Takumi Minamino at Red Bull Salzburg. He basically bossed the midfield there against Liverpool. I think we saw the other players. I think we saw, who else was it that actually bossed Liverpool that we bought? I'm trying to think now. Sadio Mane is one of them too.
Yeah, Mane.
I think we've seen Klopp go back to players that have really surprised him in opposition teams. Adama Traore is one of them because in the game against Wolves, that 2-1 win at the Molineux, Adama Traore was eating Andy Robertson.
Yeah, he was. It was disgusting. He even ate Trent. I remember he went on the other side and he started eating Trent. That's when I was like, oh my days, bro.
But you know what? It's mad. It's mad funny how like he just gets like a meter off you and he's just gone, bro. You can't catch him.
Yeah, he's gone. It was like this. They tried to hold him, bro. They tried to catch him like, and you can't even hold him. That's the thing. You can't hold him. He just shrugs men off. Like he's so powerful.
I've seen a couple of players try and like rugby tackle at Adama Traore because they can't stop.
Yeah, and he just bounces them off him. Yeah, like, keep going. Oh my god. That's a nightmare.
The one thing that Liverpool team have lacked is goals from midfield. I'm not so sure what the exact numbers are, but I can guarantee it isn't that high.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool's team, they could benefit from goals from midfield. I just don't know where they would come from because Jordan Henderson doesn't get enough goals. Gini Wijnaldum scores every now and again. Fabinho scored 1 or 2. You know, so looking at the Liverpool midfield, they do lack goals. Wouldn't Kai Havertz be that perfect player to come in and obviously increase the goal threats from Liverpool's midfield?
Yeah, exactly. Because again, I always go back to the Coutinho thing because we saw Coutinho under Klopp, and he was banging in goals before he left. He was banging goals. So I feel like Kai, the only thing with Kai would be him adapting to the Premier League game. And then once he does that, I think that'll be interesting. He'll give an injection of assist. Because the balls he gives, like I was watching his game previous, I think it was yesterday. I think he played yesterday or the day before. But
Did he
he
score a
got
hat-trick
a
yesterday?
brace. I think Timo Werner scored a hat trick.
Timo Werner scored a hat-trick. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Kai got a brace and he also got a couple assists as well. The man was on a madness.
Ooh.
So it was crazy to see. So when I saw that, I was like, bro, this would be so nice for our team. And I hate missing. The thing is, I hate missing out on Bayer Leverkusen players because that's where Son was. They have a few stars that have come out of there, bro, that have
Leon
spread
Bailey
over.
as well.
Yeah, Leon Bailey would be nice. I won't lie, he would be very nice.
They say
Yeah,
Kai
so
Havertz is too young at 19 years of age. They say he's too young, and he's obviously, I think if you've seen his build, he's very thin, and they say that the league could actually do him more harm than actually good. Do you think he's too young to play in the Premier League right now?
no, I don't think so. I don't think age is the thing you need to play in the Premier League because a lot of the biggest Premier League stars started playing when they were like 16. Like Rooney, Shearer, all these other guys, they started playing at a really young age. So I think it's more of the mentality. You need that mentality to keep going because like I've seen a lot of players come in that are really good, but then the mentality has crumbled and then they've played to half their capabilities. Someone like Di Maria. Also we saw I don't quite know what Robin's situation was at Chelsea when he came in. But then we saw what happened when he got confidence and he moved on and he started playing fire at Bayern. So yeah, I think it's more people always talk about physicality, but then you look at a player like Mahrez who has zero physicality, but because he's such an intelligent player and he refuses to give up and he has the mentality to go achieve things, then you carry on playing. There are a couple of thin players in the Premier League that just keep going. They keep going. So yeah, that's interesting. Because a lot of people also saying Trent was too small to play right back in the physical Premier League, and he's proved them wrong. He's continued to grow. And also Rashford had this problem too. Then we saw him bulk up a bit, and then so I think that's irrelevant.
Shot. I saw a tweet this morning about Klopp's possible system if he had to get Timo Werner in. So it had Sadio Mane on the left-hand side, Timo Werner as centre forward, Mo Salah on the right, and Firmino at number 10. That is just sexy.
Ooh. You see, this is what I hate because we start making all these dream teams. You know how many dream teams are made with Eriksen when we were linked with Eriksen, I made so many dream teams. Oh yeah, Eriksen will fit in. Yeah, he will do this. So yeah, right now I'm being patient, but it's different from back then because obviously we have things that can lure players in now. But now I think it's just all down because Klopp he keeps talking about funds. I don't know why. He's been talking about finances, because every time they ask him about these top tier players coming to the club, he keeps his comeback is always, oh yeah, if the finances allow us to. And it's quite strange to me because like I would feel that without spending so much, we only bought Takumi, we would have like a huge chest, a war chest available for this next season coming up. So it's interesting to me that he keeps going back to that line. I think he just doesn't want to get players, fans too excited, or like he's downplaying it. So he's downplaying how much money we have so that they can't inject inflate prices. So
He doesn't want to hype the expectation, obviously. I think even Peter Moore, Liverpool's CEO, came out a couple of weeks ago saying that Liverpool shouldn't expect any major buys this summer. I think Liverpool are notorious for kind of downing expectations and making their fans kind of sit and be unhappy.
Yeah.
And come with like a sneaky sign, like Fabinho, like a sneaky signing.
Yeah,
no one knew anything about that. Like we were linked with him the day before, and at midnight, Liverpool were like announcing his signature. So we don't know.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
We don't know
because they keep saying, oh, right now the team is good, but like if we see a player that we want, then we'll try and make it happen. That's like their stance right now. And I don't know about signing all three. I don't think we're gonna sign all three of those players, but it'll be a huge miss if any three of those players go to another club.
I think the Adama Traore one, the only thing that works in his favour is the fact that he's actually played in the Premier League and he can handle the physicality of it. That's the only thing that works in his favour. But the thing is, we don't necessarily need Adama Traore. Like, we don't need him. I know he's been in and around England now for the past like 4 or 5 years, and there's been complaints around his end product. So they've always seen him beat players. They've seen him pace everybody. But there have always been complaints about whether he can score goals in his assists. This year, he's got 6 goals and 10 assists, which is mad for him right now.
Madness.
It's actually mad for him right now.
And I think half of those goals are all against City.
Yes, he scored a brace against them. You know what'll be wild?
Yeah.
What'll be a really
scored
wild,
in both legs.
Yeah. What'll be a really wild card is to bring Adama Traore off the bench and we're 1-0 down. That'll be a madness.
Oh my days. Even in the Champions League, I feel like he would scare people, bro. Like Koulibaly, I feel like if Adama was going with Koulibaly, that would be like the battle of the African beef.
This is Adama Traore Spanish.
Yeah, he is, but his origins are African.
I wonder where's he from. I haven't Googled that. I wonder where's he from.
Yeah, I think it's Ghana, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you believe this? Adama Traore doesn't do weights in the gym. Can you believe this?
Yeah. Yeah, they say that it's just genetics. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's crazy.
And while he was playing football, he was offered a chance to play in the NFL.
Yeah, and there were also Olympics people that were after him as well. Because they were like, his starting acceleration is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like that thing. Oh, bro. You see, okay, now that you ask me, now that I'm thinking about it, Adama Traore is like, on paper, is the most attractive player out of those three to go for. But then the player we need is Kai Havertz. And then the dream for every Liverpool player is obviously Timo Werner because he guarantees you goals. He's fast. That front three with Salah, Werner, and Mane, that's like speed. That's just speed.
That's scary, actually.
Firmino, yeah. And then you have Firmino to sit in that midfield, and that's control. So that'll be so disgusting, bro. So disgusting.
I think Kai Havertz's price tag puts a lot of people off, especially with the whole coronavirus pandemic. I mean, people are looking. There's been rumors about him being worth about £90 million plus if you're going to even think of getting him out of Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
I think his price tag puts a lot of top teams off. I think Timo Werner makes sense because of his price tag. I mean, £50 million. The club can afford that.
Yeah.
I think the club will make some sales this year. Harry Wilson.
Yeah, definitely.
Harry Wilson, Marko Krutic, and Shaqiri. I think those 3 players should be out the door this summer anyway. And that'll free up some funds to obviously get Timo Werner.
Yeah, that's interesting. And you know what? Another thing, people are forgetting Newcastle because Newcastle have a huge cash injection coming in. I don't know if that club takeover is done by now, but
it's not.
That's going to be interesting because I feel like Newcastle will go for Adama. For some reason, I feel like they're going to go for Adama. And then they'll have St. Maximin on the left and Adama on the right. That'll be disgusting. That'll be disgusting.
That'll be scariest. So disgusting. Those will be the scariest wide men, like in the inside, like in one team.
Wow. There's just skills on the left side and pace, and then there's pace, power, and just unstoppable train wreck on the right side.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I think right now Liverpool need Timo Werner. I think they need him for backup as well. I think Divock Origi is going to wake up sooner or later and say that like I should be first choice at a club sooner or later. I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, but the thing is, he can never be first choice at Liverpool. I feel like he's good. He's good. He's only good enough for our bench, and that's hectic to say. But like, he's not as impactful as Firmino.
But that's
Firmino,
but that's what I
even
mean.
when Firmino, yeah, because Origi is, when I've watched his one-on-one highlights, like uh Origi versus this team, Origi whatever, they only need one player to mark him. But now, when you see Firmino play, you see two, three players that come towards him, so he draws them in, and then he can do those quick little Bobby flicks, the classics, bro, to assist
Bobby.
assist to assist Salah or Mane who are running inwards. So yeah, Origi will have to like play uh, above and beyond every game, and I don't think that's sustainable for his career. Like for him to keep playing above and beyond.
Exactly, but that's exactly what I mean. Is that sooner or later Divock Origi is going to say to himself, like, I should be number one at a club, and if it's not Liverpool,
Yeah,
it should be elsewhere. I think sooner or
I
later,
wouldn't be I wouldn't be mad at that though,
I also
because
wouldn't be
like
mad at.
I'll agree with him. Yeah, I'll agree with him. Like, yeah, you're a good player. Maybe Wolves need you or something.
I
But
think
like Liverpool,
there were
yeah,
actually rumors about him going to Wolves. There were plenty of those rumors about him going to play for Nuno Espirito Santo's team. But if we're being real, I think Kai Havertz is a bit out of reach because of his price tag at this moment in time. And
yeah,
I know he would definitely provide goals from midfield, but I don't think Liverpool can afford him at this moment in time. I think Adama Traore and Timo Werner are definitely good shouts.
yeah. How much is Adama's price at? Like 50.
So it was
I've
quoted
been
last
hearing
weekend in
50
the Daily
mil.
Mail as him going for £60 million. I think if like I said,
Damn.
if the club sell Harry Wilson, Marco Grujic, and Shaqiri, that frees up at least £30 million.
Yeah, I think Harry, they'll probably try to get 30 mil for Harry,
You won't get it.
and they'll
You won't get him for
probably,
that money now. You'll get him for half
yeah.
that now.
You think Harry will go? But he's scored goals and shown he's a talent. Because Liverpool are renowned for getting a lot of money for people that they've moved in the recent stages. Like Danny Ings, I think went for 25. All these other low fringe players, they go for quite a bit of cash. So I don't know. I guess the pandemic makes it hard, but I don't think Harry will go for less than 20
You know why? Because
because he has goals to his name.
the pandemic now has decreased a lot of players' transfer values because they haven't been playing football. A lot of players have
Okay.
seen major drops in their asset values, which has made things a little bit easier. Like I said, for the top six to go and obviously get players on a cheap or at bargain prices almost. Um,
Yeah.
so I think Harry, like you said, I think Harry could go for like 20. You are right at that. He could go for like 20. But look at that. I mean, setting Harry Wilson on his own, that frees up £20 million for us to use elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Grujic is an interesting one because I know a couple of Bundesliga teams want him. From what I've been reading, like three, like Hoffenheim, Hertha Berlin, and I think it was Frankfurt or something. Frankfurt, one of those red badge teams. I forgot which one it was, but they no, not to be swag or anything. I just can't remember the team. But yeah, like yeah, they having a little war of interest over him. And then there was someone else we had on loan who's been playing pretty well. I think that Nigerian striker, the Taiwo Awoni or whatever his name is.
Didn't he go permanently last summer? Didn't he go to some German club permanently?
Nah, I've been seeing that he's still on the Liverpool books.
Oh
He's
shit!
on loan. I think it's because he was struggling to get a work permit. So they've sent him on loan, like Allen. I don't know what's gonna happen with that Allen kid.
It's actually so sad, like to see with Alan because he's battling to get a work permit and like he basically can't play in
Yeah.
England. So the club just keep loaning him out. It's actually very sad because there were similarities between him and like Coutinho apparently. I don't know how true it is, but
Oh
that's
wow.
that's how good he was apparently.
Yeah, I know Klopp really liked him. Klopp was like, "Oh, this kid's like amazing." But then he was like, can't secure a work permit, so he's out. He's on loan. And I think he's on a 2-year loan or something. Hopefully
Oh,
that gets him a work permit. I don't know.
Owen Hargreaves came out last weekend saying that Timo Werner could have a similar impact to what Fernando Torres had at Liverpool in 2007. Now, the pace of Timo Werner, I can agree. I think his pushing ability.
But I don't know because Timo Werner started out as a winger, so obviously there's some things, because even when you watch him play as a striker, there's some things that you see he has to force himself to do. Like they're not like natural striker instinct type things, but then I can agree with his finishing is definitely there. Like, Germans, they protect everything that they do, bro. And then the pace is clearly there. Can't really take that away from him right now. The only thing I would look at is like his movement. Because obviously players that have pace, they rely on that pace a lot. But then off the ball sometimes, you can see like sometimes he'll drift in and out, and then he'll be like, okay, yeah, now I need to be alert. So he's working on that, and he's still young. So maybe he has the potential to be Torres type, but I don't think it's gonna happen immediately if he hits Merseyside soil. Like he's just gonna start bagging in Torres type vibes, like left foot, right foot, headers. Torres was crazy.
The nice thing about Timo Werner that Klopp loves is versatility. He can play across the front three. So if ever a time we need to move Mo Salah into like number 9, take Firmino off and bring on Timo Werner to play on the right-hand side, that is madness because Klopp loves that. Klopp loves a player that can play in lots of positions. He loves that.
Yeah, they love that in the German systems and the Dutch systems, though. You see a lot of utility men. Like, obviously, we had Dirk Kuyt, our most famous utility man, and he could play like mad positions. He could play winger, he could play CDM, cam, he could even be a secondary striker. Like, he was all over. Like, what? So, yeah, it's madness. But, yeah, I agree with you.
Just to throw a bit of shade, that I don't know if you've seen, but a couple of clubs have been called Clickbait FC. I was watching the United Central podcast with those guys.
I knew United is number 1 Clickbait FC.
Literally, I've never seen a club be linked to like 100 players in like the space of a month.
And get none of them.
No, but Arsenal as well. Clickbait FC.
Arsenal have a purse of pennies, bro. They're still paying off Nicolas Pepe in installments. They're gonna be paying that 72 million over 3 seasons. So I don't understand why Arsenal's being linked to people. It must be a loan. It has to be a loan. They can't afford to secure players unless they move on Ozil, because Ozil's beating 350k a week. And they're barely playing him. So
Arsenal were linked with Dortmund's Akanji.
Nah, cut it out.
They were linked with Akanji, Atletico's Jimenez, and today Philippe Coutinho. Clickbait FC, dog.
Bro, I think there's nothing for the Arsenal fan TVs and all that to talk about. So they're just making up these wild rumors, like fueling. Like these rumors probably came from the Sun. Like they probably saw the Sun and then they were like, oh wait, we got some content to talk about now and let's drop this in. Because let's be honest, how is Arsenal affording that? How are they affording?
They can't.
No.
Philippe Coutinho's transfer value now is like 60 or 70 million pounds because Barcelona are not going to accept like another loan deal. They're not. They don't want Coutinho anymore. They're not going to want another loan deal. If it's a loan, it's going to be a loan with an obligation to buy.
Yeah, like you have to buy. Because now Barca's like, wow, this dude's still here. Like we sent him to Germany, he came back.
It's actually wild how
Like,
Barca are doing
wow.
a serious shift of like they're even like doing the whole swap with Arthur and like Miralem Pjanic, for example. Shit's going down at Barcelona.
Yeah, that's super dumb. If anyone, I would have swapped Rakitic for Pjanic. Like, why are you swapping Arthur? Because Arthur's like he's one of their next generation, and he controls that midfield really well. Like for him and Frankie, that was already an unstoppable partnership. Whenever I watched them play, like
Yo,
that was levels.
you.
And I feel like there's another Barca midfielder that I'm forgetting about. Someone that they purchased recently. Yeah, it's eluding my mind. But also, I need to say something else. Man, you need to stop being linked to Gareth Bale. Like we're tired. Even Gareth Bale's tired. He'll rather play golf than go to Man U. Like, to be honest, because you saw they were trying to get him, and Real Madrid were like, "Hey, come back." He said, "Nah, I'm playing golf."
I'm gonna tag Robbie and Troops from Arsenal Fan TV and see if they reply to this because we've been throwing some shots. If they're gonna be reporting,
but it's true.
if they're gonna be reporting about the Philippe Coutinho story, I'm gonna be laughing in their comments.
No, yeah, definitely, because, and I don't even know. I just want to know what Coutinho is thinking right now. Like, what is he thinking? Imagine not being wanted by your workplace, and they're like trying to move you around, trying to shift you. Like, hey, like at this point they might tell him, hey, you're the new Barca ball boy. They've showed that they don't want him, so it's like, what the hell? That must be a very weird situation to be in. It reminds me of Saido Berahino at Stoke. Was it at Stoke or West Brom? One of those two.
He was at
He
both.
was trying to move. he was trying to move, and they were like, okay. And then they benched him in like the reserves for 2 years, and then he just couldn't play ball no more.
Ending comments, Henry. Who do Liverpool need the most? Should Liverpool sign Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, or Adama Traore?
This is tough. Like, low key, I'm probably gonna start a career mode after this and buy But you know me, bro. You know me. I've been talking about us needing a midfielder for years. Like when Coutinho left, since Coutinho left, I've been saying we need that creative midfielder. So I'm gonna. Yo, that's tough because I also want Adama, but I'm gonna go with Kai Havertz. But I won't be mad if we get any of the other two. But then one thing that I think we missed is Liverpool definitely need a backup left back. Like Robbo is getting tired. Like those last 3 games I saw him play, I was like, wow.
I think
he's working overtime with no break, no benefits.
James Milner slots in there sometimes, and there's also the boy in the academy, Adam Lewis.
Yeah, but Adam Lewis, you see also Nico Williams is good for right back.
Yeah.
You can see they weren't prepared for that pace. Because like you see Nico Williams does good things, like his crosses and stuff. But you can see like when he crosses the ball, a player's already on him, and he's like about to fall, and he just crosses the ball, and he's like he gets smashed. So like yeah, they're still a bit young, bro. They're still a bit young. I think in 2 seasons, then they'll be ready. But right now, like I wouldn't mind any of those Norwich boys too, the Jamal Lewis and Max Aarons. Like they fire.
Yeah, Max Aarons is a good shout.
Yeah, those two are fire, and I think they wouldn't be mad at playing a bench role.
Yeah,
and subbing in whenever, and they're proper solid good players. So, because Norwich might be going, I think they're gonna go.
I think they
like Norwich is done. Yeah, so I would scoop those two up. I'd say, 30 mil for both. Give
Yo.
us 15 mil a piece.
Shot for being here,
That's
boy.
that's wishful thinking. But yeah, thanks for having me on the show again, bro.
I appreciate
Anytime,
you.
I'm available.
Thanks, big man. Please follow Henry on Instagram. Here's his Instagram handle. Please follow me on IG and on Twitter. I'll put Henry's Twitter on just for the sake of it. But just follow us on social media. We'll chat. And stay tuned, guys, for more content from the Dugout Podcast. This is your boy, Ryan Leaf. Thanks for tuning in, yeah? Cheers, boys.